Now let's check out the refrigeration. Our requirements for refrigeration, we look for something that has standard refrigeration because it's less expensive to purchase, it's easier to get parts for, and it's inexpensive to maintain. The caveat that we've got here is that, shoot, in 1998 when we started building this stuff, there wasn't anything available except off-the-shelf stuff, so we had to go that route and work to continuously get it better on how we actually put our stuff together. Now we've actually designed we feel the perfect 110 volt unit that there isn't out there. So but the big caveat here is that standard refrigeration, anywhere you go, you're able to get parts for. You can have any basic refrigeration guy work on it. You don't need a specialist to wind up looking after it. The difference in most places throughout the U.S. is a $75 an hour guy looking at your equipment versus a $150 to $200 an hour specialist to look at your equipment. Number two, hot gas defrost is the best way to remove ice from your evaporator coil. The biggest thing I explain to folks day in and day out when I'm talking to them on the phone is that, well, I don't think, Tom, that I really need defrost if my unit is only going to be used as a cooler. Well, here's a little science tip for you, and also a refrigeration tip. If you're just using your trailer or your box as a cooler, 35-40 degree range, something magical that we learn in science class happens at 32 degrees. Okay, your water's going to turn to what? It's going to turn to ice. So if you've got to maintain a box temperature at 35 degrees, your unit actually has to be 10 to 12 degrees colder than that to maintain a 35 degree box. So what does all that mean? It means that you're going to be below 32 degrees. So if somebody tells you that they don't have defrost on it, it's only going to be a cooler, you need to run the other direction. And if somebody tells you that you could just cycle the unit off and turn the unit off for 30-40 minutes, that'll be your defrost, you need to run the other direction. Those guys haven't paid for the stuff that you've got, for the product that you've got in the back of your walk-in. Hot gas defrost is the best way. It's the most efficient way to move ice from your evaporator coil. It's done internally, works the same way as a heat pump system basically does. Takes the heat from the compressor and blast it back against the coil inside, the evaporator coil. And in about 3 to 5 minutes, you've got a nice clear evaporator coil ready to get back to the job for you. So hot gas defrost is absolutely the best way to get that job done. And third, don't use copper lines to connect your evaporator and condenser coil together. We'll show you here in a second the design that we've come up with. But if you're using copper lines out there, or if you come across somebody that's using copper lines, again, run the other way. It's a soft metal. It's going to snap on you really quick. They're great. You'll see them all over at all these restaurants outside, any town USA out there. But the fact of the matter is that's a standalone application. You won't find copper lines connecting a condenser and evaporator on big rigs traveling over the road, and you won't find them on cooler trailers as well either. They're going to snap in a heartbeat on you. So what's our 110 volt superior design? It's all one piece construction, so there is nothing to combine evaporator and condenser. It's already done for you at the factory level. It's a great piece. It runs 12 amps and it's 110 volt. If you can't find power for this thing, you can't find power. Match it up with a generator and it's great for any emergency situations. Any situation that you get in is no problem with this unit. And it's standard refrigeration, so any basic refrigeration guy can work on it. You need a part, you can get it at the parts house right around the corner from you. That's what's the big difference on our stuff versus everybody else. Cooler trailers is where the pros go. No and if or buts about it. It's the main reason we've done Super Bowls. It's the main reason that we do so much stuff with Fortune 500 companies. It's the main reason the pros come to us. It's just when your profits or your paycheck rely on refrigerated transportation, you need a cooler trailer.